Hi, I'm Canon Phil Ashey from the American Anglican Council, speaking to you today as chair of the Governance Task Force of the Anglican Church in North America. And I'm pleased to present to you the report of the Governance Task Force on proposed changes 2019 to the canons of the ACNA. Now, you remember last year we did this, and we had a time where everyone in the entire province had an opportunity to comment on these proposed changes. And you may remember that there were 3 canons that got sent back to the College of Bishops. One was a canon on transfer of congregations, another had to do with the duties of the laity, and the third one was whether or not we call holy matrimony just a rite or a rite and a sacrament. You know, one of the great things about what we do as Anglicans is we take counsel together as a whole church, not just bishops, nor even bishops and clergy, but bishops, clergy, and laity together. I try to follow what other Anglican provinces do all over the world, and I have to tell you that last year when we got all of the comments in on those 3 canons, it changed our thinking about them, and that's why we sent them back to the College of Bishops. And I'm pleased to report that the bishops took those comments that we passed on to them seriously. They amended those canons accordingly, and so they're going to be before you again as resolves of the mind of the House of Bishops on those 3 matters. In addition to that, we have some kind of housekeeping things on the election of bishops that we want to bring to your attention, and then Title IV, which is about ecclesiastical discipline. Clergy misconduct. In this time in the life of the church when there's been too much misconduct, sexual misconduct among leaders of the church, and we're not just talking the Roman Catholic Church, but we're talking about Protestant denominations, very high-profile leaders, we have to do the very best we can to make sure that all of our people are safe, that our churches are safe, that we reflect a standard of holiness of life together for clergy, for laity, for bishops, and at the same time that our processes leave no ambiguities and no loopholes, and that they reflect due process and normal common sense justice. So we've gone through that whole Title IV on ecclesiastical discipline, tightened it up, remove some of the ambiguities, and we're presenting that to the entire church for comment. So here's the important dates I want you to remember. March 1, you're going to have an opportunity from March 1 to the deadline, which is April 15, to look and to send your comments in on this ACNA website on any of the comments, or rather on any of the canons that we've proposed, and then a team from the Governance Task Force will follow up, and we will pull all those comments together. On May 1, we will submit a second draft of these canonical changes, and we will make that available to all delegates of Provincial Council and Provincial Assembly meeting in June in Plano, Texas. That's bishops, clergy, and deacons. And then on top of that, and laity, and on top of that, we're going to send it out to every single diocesan chancellor in the ACNA. And from May 1 to May 17, you'll have an opportunity again to reflect on those adjustments and changes. And then on June 1, we will send out to every diocesan chancellor, every delegate, layperson, clergy, bishops, to Provincial Council and Provincial Assembly, our final report. Hopefully, as we experienced in Jerusalem this last year, we will have gone through such a careful thinking through of all of these changes that there won't be any more questions on the floor. But probably of all the provinces I know of in the entire Anglican Communion, I know of no other process which incorporates people from all walks of life, whether they're legally minded or not, who can actually have input into this wonderful process. So I welcome your input. Thank you for the privilege of serving you on behalf of the entire Governance Task Force. And we thank God for the Constitution and canons, which enable us, as Paul says in 1 Corinthians 4:14, to do all things decently and in order. God bless you.